Good day. So we'll be solving some Dragnet questions. The instruction says 20 questions for 17 minutes, and calculators are allowed, as well as rough paper. But some Dragnet questions sometimes ask you to use on-screen calculators. So for that reason, I'll be doing that. And because I'm explaining while solving this, I'm definitely going to use more than 17 minutes. So let's go straight right into the video. The first question says, in which year was the highest ratio of average sales price? Okay, in which year was there the highest ratio of average sales price to average production cost? So this is average sales price, this is average production cost. So looking at the numbers, sometimes you can actually figure out which is the answer. So here we have 62,700, let's say, divided by 14,500. Okay, I will go straight right into calculating it. So 62,700 divided by 14,500. I'm rounding up the figure so that I don't waste my time. So 14.32. The next one, I have 6,300, right? 603 divided by 15,800. Next, I have 3.82. Next, I have 632 divided by, I'm rounding up the figures so that I don't have to press more figures, and so I'll be faster. So next I have 4.64, and finally I have 516 divided by 11.4, which is 4.53. I would not be doing the last figures because these two numbers are similar, and 51.6 divided by 11.4 divided by 516 divided by 137, they have the same numerator but different denominator, and since 137 is higher than 114, their ratio, the ratio of this would be lower. So my answer from this, it would be from the first four, which I have this as 4.64. So my answer is 2008 C. The next question says that what were the total production cost for 2009? I round this up to the nearest, okay, 100,000. 2009, the production cost for one vehicle is 15,800, then multiplied by this 12,636, which is the number of vehicles that were made. So I have 15,800 multiplied by 12,636. I have 19. The closest answer here is B, because they said round to the nearest 100,000. Actually, it could be tricky. Someone can say it's 199.6, another person will say 199.7, but I'll say 199.7 because I believe if I round up 8, it becomes 650, and if I round up 650, it becomes 7. But someone else might say the answer is 8. So the next question says that if the average sales price for 2010 was 15% higher and the number of cars sold was 9% lower, what would be the percentage? By what percentage would the sales revenue decrease? Really, you don't have to calculate this. For instance, okay, let me put a figure to it, just explaining. Okay, so 2010 cost price, or sales price, not cost price. So let's say sales price was X, number of vehicles sold was Y. Now they are saying that the sales price went up by 5%, and if something is going up by 5%, it will be 1.05, right? Let me show you why that is that. Usually it's 100%, and 100% means 100 over 100, which is 1, right? And if it goes up by 5%, that means it is now 105%, and 105 divided by 100 is 1.05. And then now they said that, but the number of cars sold by that year was 9% lower. Remember, it's 100%. 9% lower will mean 91%. 91 divided by 100 is 0.91. So that means the sales price now is 1.05x, and the number of cars sold is 0.91y. So how many percent did the revenue change? Just do 1.05 multiplied by 0.91. We have our answer to be 0.955, and usually it should be a whole one, right? So that means it reduced by 4.45%. Our answer is D. The next question, it says that in 2008, the car sales were split equally in the ratio 7, 8, and 6 across three models. So what was the sales revenue of A? So first, we have to find this total sales revenue in 2008. And 2008, sale of a car was 63188, and number of cars sold. So that's 63188 multiplied by 15905. This is our answer, right? And then they said that car A, find the value of car A. So would have, what's the total ratio? 7, 8 plus 6. 7, 8 plus 6, that's 15 plus 6, 21. And car A is 7 over 21 multiplied by the value we got, which is like 0. So that's just the answer we got divided by 3. Divided by 3. 335. Our answer is B. Next question. So now I can clean everything. Next question, they said, in which year was there a 2-to-1 ratio staff was there a 2-1 ratio for staff cost and property depreciation? So first of all, I'll just do a double of it. In 2006, double of 2000 of 120 is 240. 2006 does not really, but we can put it there, we can just hold on. 2007, 117 times 2 is 234. That means 2007 makes it. In 2008, 112 times 2 is 224. It doesn't meet it. 2009, 115 times 2 is 230. It meets it. 2010, 132 times 215 is 264. Or 132 times 2 is 264. So 2010 does not meet it. So we either have 2007 and 2009. But let's see the ratio for 2007. That's 226 divided by 120. 1.88. I'll say it doesn't meet it and I'll pick my answer as D. Next question. What percentage of total cost the property depreciation represents in 2007? So first of all, we need to find the total cost in 2007. So that will be 234 plus 117 plus 12505 plus 12 plus 459. Our answer is 13327. So now we need to find a way of property depreciation, the percentage of it. So that will be 117 divided by 13327. Right? This is our answer. But remember, percentage is like times 100. So our answer is 0.877. Okay? When we approximate, we have 0.9. E is our answer. The next question now says that what cost changed by the second largest percentage from 2010 to 2008 to 2010? Okay, so let's look at it. The staff cost, the difference in it was like 33. So first we have 33 divided by 248. Some of these questions, just by looking at it, you might sometimes get the answer. The other one, we have 20 divided by 112. Okay, next one we have like about, okay, let me give a value to it. 22. 8 minus 4 is no. Okay, I've started working backwards, so let me continue. 8 minus 4 is 4. Then I should have not worked backward. I should have not worked backward. So let's say I have something like 8. Yes, 8. 11 minus 4 is 7. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then we have 4, something 4578 divided by 11842. Okay, and next we have 13 divided by 9. And next we have about yes, we have about 145 divided by 357, right? So first of all, I know that this is my greatest. This cannot be the second largest. This cannot be the second largest. So the second largest is between these two. And let me now find it. So I have 145 divided by 357, which gives me 40.6. So the next one I have 4578 divided by 11 842, which I got to be 38.65. So my second largest is this. This is like double of it. 13 divided by 9 is is 144%. This calculator just left, yeah, times 100, yes, is 144%. So our second largest is this one, which is 145. The last one, other expenses. So A is the answer. The next question says that if the 2006 inventory cost had increased by an 8 compared to the last year, so and an 8, 1 over 8 is equal to 0.125, right? So that means 2005 was, like, let's say 2005 was x. By 2006 it increased by this value, so 2006 now is 1.125x. So they're now saying find x. First question will be what was the value in 2006, then divide by this, you get your x. So 2006 inventory cost is 11,410, then divided by 1.125. Answer is 10.142. Our answer is B. Yes. This is in thousands, right? Yes, 10.142 million. So the next question now will be question 9. Okay. Question 9. This is the chart that now happens to be below. I can delete all of this now. So question 9, we have different brands. So the question first of all is, what is the total cut in the budget across the 5 brands? Okay. In brand A, the cut in budget was 300 to 25. That's 75,000, 750,000, because this is in tens of thousand. Yes. The next one, 410 minus 275. That is about 135. Then the next one is 85. The next one is 90, and the next one is 115. So they said sum this up. So that would be 75 plus 135 plus 85 plus 90 plus 115. My answer is 500. C is the answer. Then this question now says that which brand suffered the largest percentage cut in its budget? Okay, so here we have 75 over 300. Okay, next we have 135 over 410. Next we have 85 over 260. Next we have 90 over 300. Next we have 115 over 365. Okay, 75 divided by 300. I would usually not calculate this because 90 and 75 have the same denominator, so I know that 90 will be greater than 75, so 75 cannot be the highest. So this is 25%. Please get familiar with working with decimals and percentage. So this 0.25, it just simply means 25% because you multiply by 100. The next one, 135 divided by 410. I have 32.9%. Then the next one, I have 85 divided by 260. I have 32.7. Okay, the next one, I have 90 divided by 300. That's 30%. And the next one, I have 115 divided by 365. 31.5. So that means my highest percentage is the 32.9, right? So far the highest percentage drop, and that's brand B. The next question now says that, okay, brand A and D have their number of staff reduced by the same percentage reduction by their budget between 2010 and 11 if the number of staff of A was 120. Okay, so initially A is 120, and then it decreases by 25%. Usually 100% is 1, right? So if it decreases by 25%, that's 75%, and 75% is 0.75. So that means brand A now is 90. Which of the option has 90? C. So C is my answer. But just to confirm, they said brand D had triple of the staff of A. So that means brand D had 360 staff. And brand D, the reduction was 30%. So if it's reducing by 30%, what will be left is 70%, right? And that is 0.7. Our answer is 252. C is our answer. The next question. The total marketing budget for all the 5 brands is to be cut by a quarter in this. What? Okay, first of all, we now have to find the total marketing budget in 2011, which is 225 plus 275. I don't know if I mentioned, if you are solving on-screen calculator, if your exam sometimes involve on-screen calculator, it's usually easier if you have a touch screen laptop. But if you cannot, if you don't have that, you can make do with what you have. So 2011 made 1135 euros, right? And they now said in 2012 the budget was cut by a quarter, and a quarter basically means 25%. So if it is cut by a quarter, that means the budget at the moment is 75%. So that will be multiplied by 75%. So in 2012 the budget was 851.25 euros. But then they said they want our answer in pounds, right? And remember, this value has like thousands at the back. And they also told us that £1 is equal to 1.2 euros. So if we have 851.25 euros, in physics we would usually do this: 851.25 euros, and we want to get x, we'll cross multiply and divide. So just 851.25 divided by 1.2, and our answer is 709, and that is E. Our values here have tens of thousands, so if you multiply this by tens of thousands, we have this, which is 7.1 million. So the next question, I can delete all of this now. The next question, we have, okay, terminals, this. So first of all, let's find out the sum of all terminals. So the first one, 52.9 plus 52.7, I would say that my answer is 105.6. 52 plus 52 is 104, then 0.9 plus 0.17 is 1.6. So do the math. Then the next one, we have 133.1. Then the next one, we have 62.9 plus 63.1. We have 63 plus 63, 126. The next we have those, okay. The next we have 771 plus this, that's 77 times 2, and our answer is 154. This one 778, that's 157.3. So this is year 1, right? And then in year 2 they showed us the average change. So they said which terminal had the highest number per week. So what I will look at is the ones that had the highest number and then their percentage that they had. So in E it had 157.3, but it had -2%. Wow. So that means -2% is actually 0.98. So 0.98 multiplied by 157.3. So I have 154.154. So the next one is 154. 154 increased by 2%. So that would now be 1.02. 1.02 multiplied by 154. So 154 now is 157.08. So this is the highest, but we can confirm by doing 133.1. 133.1 increased by 2.5%. So that will be 1.025 multiplied by 133.1, which gives us 136 point something. Still not. So our largest terminal is D. Next question, For year one, what was the average weekly difference between male and female? Okay, so find the weekly difference across terminals, then find the average of them, which is divided by 5. Sum them and then find the average. So let's in terminal 1 the difference was 0.2. In terminal 2 the difference was 0.1 b rather. In terminal C the difference was minus 0.2, with females being larger. In D the difference was 0.2, and in E the difference was 0.3. Seeming like I can't really see my marker, right? So 0.2, 0.1. So this and this cancel each other. So 0.2 plus 0.1, 0.3 plus 0.3 is 0.6. So now we have 0.6 divided by 5, and that will give us 0.6 divided by 5, 0.12, and our answer is in thousands, right? So that will be multiplied by 1000. Okay, 0.12. No, am I correct about this? Let's check what they have. 120 more meals. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that should be the answer. That is the answer. So next question, we have E. Question E says, question 15 rather. So it says that in year 2, each passenger spends this in terminal C. How much is the average weekly income? So in terminal C, remember we already found year 2. Okay, we didn't find for terminal C. Let's go back. So terminal C in year 1 was 126, and it increased by 1.5%. Increasing by 1.5% means it is 1.015, right? Multiplied by value in terminal 6 in year 1 was 126. So now it is, I pressed, yeah. So now the answer is 127.89. And remember, this our value has 1000 behind, right? Let me just add the 1000 times 1000, right? So these are the people that passed terminal C. They now said, so each of them spent 4.25. So how much was spent in total? So 4.25. Our answer is 5. But then they now said round up to the nearest 10,000. Our answer is B. The next question, C. It says that if competitor airport called Vefi Flights operate a different with half the average year 1 weekly number of passengers operating from 3 terminals, what is Vefi's average weekly number of passengers per terminal? So we now have another company. So they are doing half of what we are doing, but just that they have 3 terminals. So how much is each terminal doing? Okay, so first of all, and it's based on our number in year 1. So let's find out our total number in year 1, because they are doing half of our total number in year 1. So, and remember, this is our year 1, right? This is our year 1. So our year 1 will be 105.6 plus 133.1 plus 126. Apologies that the marker is faint. Plus 154 plus 157. No. What did I do now? Okay. I can't go back. Wow. Okay, I think I okay. Kind of, I did the math correctly, because I did 15 minus 15, that's 0, multiplied by, so that's 0 already. So plus 157.3. So our number in year 1 was 676, and they said these people are doing half of our numbers. So that means they are doing 338. But then they have 3 terminals. So how much is each terminal doing? So that's 338 divided by 3. 112. We can say 113. Our answer is B. And then for the final round of 20 questions. So it says we have bigs and swallows and these 2010 Q1 Q2. Okay, so they said if the total cost represents a 5% increase on the total. Okay, what were the okay, first of all we should find the total cost. This is actually a lot of numbers. It means we should sum everything. It's a lot of numbers. I don't like working with numbers, but let's try. So Q1, I would sum 104 plus 186 plus 248 plus 149 plus 227. So in Q1 the number was 914. In Q2, 105 plus 174 plus 245 plus 138 plus 253, right? Number in Q2 was 915. These numbers are similar. 102 plus 162 plus 319 plus 319 plus 140 plus 291. In Q3 it was 1014. And in Q4 we have 101 plus 1 plus 166 plus 265 plus 191 plus 287, 1010. So they said, so let's find the total cost in year 2010. 1014 plus 915 plus 914. So I have 3853. So if year 2009 was 2000 was X, they now say 2010 there was a 5% increase. That means 2010 is 1.05x. So what is 2009? And remember these numbers are in tens of thousands, right? So let's assume we have tens of thousands, right? 000. So this is this. So that means 2010 is 38 million. So I would believe that the answer will be at the bottom. So let's do divided by 1.05. Our answer is 37 million, because if you approximate this you have 37 million. D is the answer. Then the next question now says, which cost or cost on their own represented 17%? Okay, so now we have to sum up all of these costs. Initially we sum them up by quarter of the total cost and represent, okay, on their, which cost or cost on their own represent, okay, first things first, what is the cost of 35 more than, okay, let's do 17% of this divided by 1 multiplied by 1.17. So that means we are looking for something that would give us about 6, something that would I don't know why this thing does this thing every time. So 3853 was our number, right? Multiplied by 17. So we are looking for something that will give us 655.01, or that if you add together will give us 655.01. So first of all, let's look for, okay, overhead. So we'd have to do, okay, I can do this in my head. That's 400 plus 4, 9, 2, 11 and 12. So we have, the first one is 412. Okay, overhead is 412. So overhead is 412. The next one, and we're looking for something that will give us 655. Okay, supply chain. Okay, supply chain would need to be added. Wow, these figures are scary. 186 plus 174 plus 162 plus 166. So 688. Okay, that will give, which cost or cost on their own, okay, represented more than 17. Okay, first of all, supply chain is more than it. I believe that labor also is more than it. Production also is more than it. Supply chain, labor, production and IT. Yes, all of these numbers look like if you add them together, they would be more than it. So our answer is E. It's only overhead that was not up to it. Thank God. We don't need, sometimes you don't need to calculate everything. So the next question says, if 2006 total cost were 250,000, okay, but we already calculated it to be 655, right? If 2006, 2009, this um total cost was this, what were the production costs? So let's go back. 2009 cost by percentage. Okay, okay. If total cost was 250,000, what was the production cost? Production cost, the percentage is 26. So that will be 250 multiplied by 0.26%, right? And that's 65,000. Easy peasy. If the total costs were put into order of decreasing size, in which 2 years is the order the same? If the costs are put into order of increasing size, in which 2 years of decreasing size? Okay, I don't know what they mean by this question. I really do not know what they mean by this question. If the total costs are put into order of decreasing size, in which 2 years is the order the same? Okay, I understand. Decreasing. Okay. So that means probably they start from the highest to the lowest. Okay, let's just attempt it, and it's the last question. And what are our options? 2006, 2007, 2007, 2008. So let's just do everything. Oh my god, I don't want to do 2010 because they are not summed up already. So in 2006, starting from the highest to the lowest, yes. So 2006 we have labor, next highest is production, next highest is supply chain, next highest is IT, and the last is overhead. 2007, the highest is 24, which is production. Next highest is IT. Next highest is, no, I was wrong. Production. Next highest is labor, then IT, then supply chain, and the last one being overhead. Then in 2008, the highest is labor, followed by production, followed by IT, then supply chain and overhead. 2009, highest is production, followed by labor, followed by supply chain, followed by IT, then finally overhead. So that means our answer involves 2010, which I do not want to calculate. But let me just look at it. One thing I can first of all say is overhead is the last. Then looking at it, the next one, looking at these numbers, the next lowest is IT. Then in production and production, no, production and labor, which is the highest? Looking at these figures and comparing them, this is higher, this is higher. Labor and IT, labor and production are dragging for this. Then the next highest is supply chain. So let me see which one is looking like it. So my answer is between 6, 9, and 10. So either 2006 and 2010 or 2009 and 2010. For my option, I only have 2006 and 2010. So that's my answer. Sefini. Basically, that is it. And thank you for watching.